Hi, everybody. For those of you who don't know who I am, my name is Dr. Mary Claire Haver. I'm a board-certified OB-GYN. I'm a wife. I'm a mom of 2 teenage daughters, and I'm also the creator and founder of the Galveston Diet. Today, we're celebrating 17,000 people enrolled in the program. We opened our doors in August. The signature program went live August 1st of 2018, so a little over 13 months ago, and it blows my mind. I had no idea this was going to happen. I'm so happy it happened for a multitude of reasons, but we're celebrating. And the question I get all the time is, what is the Galveston Diet? Like, what makes you different? How is it this? How is it that? And in order to explain the what, I need to explain the why. So hold on tight. I'm going to kind of go through this history of what it is and how we evolved and you know, really the science behind it, because I think that is what makes it such a beautiful plan, is that as a physician, I had to make sure everything that I recommended was legit and evidence-based, that there were actual studies and medical information that is well documented that would go along with what I put in the program and why. So I'm an OB-GYN. I've been practicing for over 20 years, and I have had the privilege to take care of literally thousands of patients. Young and old, you know, these women have been the cornerstone of my medical career. Hi, Jenna. Oh, you're getting a Peloton for your birthday. Yay. I'm a big Peloton fan, y'all. I just got one. I love it. So as I was aging with my patients, like I started practicing in my late 20s. And so I was like having babies when my patients were having babies, and then starting to, you know, move into the, you know, not having baby phase and raising kids phase with them. And, you know, started noticing that with my patients in midlife, the transition was tough for a lot of them. You know, they were things that worked before weren't working anymore. And I had never been taught a real reason why, or been able to give someone an explanation. Like, I'm doing everything that I do, but you know, I'm not really sleeping. Everything's changing. I am struggling with my weight. And the things that I did before, like work out more and eat less, are not working anymore. And they didn't understand it. They would come to me frustrated. And as a physician, I would sit there and listen, and literally in the back of my mind, I would think, she must not be working hard enough, you know, because I wasn't there yet. You know, all my tricks were still working. The work out more, eat less in my 30s was working. And all of a sudden I got into my 40s, and suddenly it got a lot harder. and then, you know, I had this like culmination of life events, started going through hard menopause. My brother died, and I fell off the deep end health-wise. I totally was snack eating. I was eating, you know, highly palatable, high caloric, processed crap, and it was giving me temporary, you know, feelings of satiety and sugar rushes, so that I didn't think about the grief I was going through when Bob died, my brother died. And then, you know, got through the grief part of it, and then realized I was overweight, and I needed to get the weight off, and started going back to my old habits. Work out like a maniac, starve. Work out like a maniac, eat less. And I was really calorie restricting, but not super great about paying attention to the quality of food I was putting in my body. And guess what? It didn't work. So I knew I had to do something different. I knew I had to hit the books, and you know, I knew I wanted to. That's when it was born in my head. I was like, I've talked to hundreds and hundreds, if not over 1,000 women who have come to me exactly in the point I am in my life, and I didn't have anything to give them. I didn't really have anything solid to give them that was specifically for them at this age. And so I knew that I had to figure out why. So here's some of the answers on why this is happening to us at this age. You know, why the eat less, work out mantra has stopped working. Okay, number one, as we age, we lose muscle tissue. And this dramatically alters our resting metabolic rate. So the calories that we burn while we're sitting, while we're sleeping, while we're not really exercising, drops as we get older because our muscle mass is dropping. And if you're not making sure you get adequate protein and you're getting adequate resistance training, you're doing weight-bearing exercise, I promise you, no matter how much you walk, no matter how much cardio you do, you are losing muscle simply from the aging process. And when we lose muscle, our basal metabolic rate goes down. So if you do everything the same as far as food goes, you are going to gain fat. You're going to gain weight through fat deposits because your body is not burning those calories at rest. Okay? What can you do about it? Galveston Diet. Make sure that you're doing weight-bearing exercise and making sure that you're getting enough protein in your diet to support muscle growth. Also, we're not as efficient as we are when we're younger. We don't burn calories in exercise at the same rate as we did when we were younger. We burn less because our bodies are older. The enzymes aren't as efficient. The muscles aren't as efficient. The joints aren't as efficient. You know, we are just simply not burning as many calories doing the exact same thing. Okay? Also, for us as women, the loss of estrogen as we age plays a big factor in this mysterious kind of time of weight gain. And in animal studies, you know, when they give estrogen back to animals who they've surgically removed it from, it does seem to help with weight gain. Also, with lower estrogen levels, the animals just naturally tend to be less physically active. It's kind of scary. So we also think that there's some pretty good evidence that the reduced estrogen levels may also lower the metabolic rate and the rate at which the body converts stored energy into working energy. So the rate that we convert fat into actual energy that we can use happens less efficiently as well. So also we think that just the loss of estrogen makes your body, the way it burns sugar, less efficient. So you're more likely to have diabetic type issues or just more fat storage from not being able to utilize sugars as much as possible. Okay, so all of it's working against you. Okay, all of these things. You're losing muscle, you're less efficient, estrogen levels are dropping, which are kind of compounding everything. So what I realized is I started with me. Okay, create a plan that changed my exercising eating habits in a way that I'd never tried before because I knew simple caloric restriction was not working and might even be hurting me. And I knew that inflammation levels were going up. So when I formulated Galveston Diet, I looked at things I knew would decrease our inflammation levels strictly through nutrition. I looked at techniques, I was struggling for the word there, sorry. I looked at techniques that would also lower inflammation levels, okay? And we'll get to that in a second. And I looked at ways to make our bodies more efficient with all this carbohydrate metabolism changes that are going on with age. So I came up with 3 components of the program. 1, an anti-inflammatory approach to nutrition. Super simple. Get rid of all the crap that we know causes inflammation. There's hardcore data. You eat this, your inflammation levels will go up 100% of the time, okay? And the things that we know will decrease your inflammation levels for everyone, okay? So we're gonna take out the bad, add in the good. We're looking at the quality of food and not the quantity of food. We don't count calories in Galveston Diet. You're breaking up with calories. It's really cool when you do it, and it really, really works, so you're gonna love it. So we are also doing intermittent fasting. Why? Because, in a nutshell, there are so many changes when we hit that 12-hour mark of no food, okay? Your body has burned through all the carbohydrates it's stored, and it's burned through carbohydrates in the bloodstream and everything it's stored in the liver, okay, through glycogen and gluconeogenesis, okay? Now it has to burn fat. It has no other option. This is a natural, normal process. When we went through evolution, there was not that much food lying around for us to snack and nosh all day. You ate when you ate. You get what you get and you don't have a fit. You were waiting for the bison to come running through once a season to get that protein. Our bodies actually function more efficiently with periods of fasting. It's undeniable. The data is astounding, and it also is helping with neurodegenerative disease. And when I put out questionnaires about what scares you the most about aging, honestly, I got thousands of responses. Cancer was up there, but it was not number one or even number two or even close. Okay, mine was cancer because it's really, really heavy in my family. It was loss of movement and loss of cognition. Okay, not being able to take care of yourself because you can't move, and not being able to take care of yourself because you can't think. Okay, those are the two things that scare you. And when you look at the data on how you think when you're fasting and how that contributes to, people are using it to treat seizure disorders, they're using it to treat neurodegenerative disease like Alzheimer's and dementia. It's unbelievable. You will stop eating breakfast for the rest of your life. Fasting works, I'm telling you, okay? And then what I like to call fuel refocusing. It all works synergistically together. Breaking our addiction to sugar, breaking our addiction to simple sugars and processed carbohydrates, teaching our bodies to rely more on protein and more on fat. And yes, there are carbs available, but they are the good carbs, they're the complex carbs, they're the healthy carbs, they're the carbs where you get carbs and you get micronutrients. The carbs that you eat in the Galveston Diet are packed with nutrition and only do good for your body, okay? And like the gentleman who taught me, I got a master's equivalent in medical nutrition. Nobody gets fat off eating fresh fruits and vegetables. The end. It cracks me up. So Galveston Diet, born out of frustration for me and for all those patients. I didn't help back then. Hopefully I'm helping them now. I tested it for a year and a half. I ran it in Facebook groups, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people, hundreds at a time. I probably ran about 1,500 people total through the program, all for free, all giving feedback, all, helping me tweak. And we have a very, very, very small return rate, but you're welcome to return, no questions asked, because people are so happy. It is the most beautiful community and so much giving and sharing, and I would love for you to be a part of it. So happy 17,000. Can't wait for it to get to 20. And best thing I've ever done in women's health. I've delivered some great babies though. They're right here. I live in a small town, so I get to see my babies just about everywhere I go. The grocery store. One year I was at my kids' Christmas pageant and at school, and I looked up on the altar, and they went to Episcopal school, and all of the wise men, Mary, and like half of the farm animals were babies that I had delivered. Okay, so I'll answer some questions. Can you have lemon water during IF? Yes, lemon juice added to it has no calories. So I'm a fasting purist. I don't do keto coffee or any of that mess. I am a fasting purist. I have no calories during my fast. You do what you want to do. But for me and for what I recommend and what the studies have shown, the medical studies, not the anecdotal, like, oh, I feel so good because I drank this coffee and I'm skinny now, look at me, ooh. No, this is like putting people in a lab, measuring, knowing exactly what they ate, all of it. Fasting is fasting, meaning 0 calories. So lemon water, I drink black coffee. Hello. Water, and some people like to add a little lemon juice. The dentists jump on me when I talk about adding lemon or citrus to water because it it messes up your enamel. So if you have teeth issues, that is maybe something you don't want to add to your water for flavor, because it can definitely worsen some dental disease or create it when it wasn't there. So I always tell them, all right, I'll give them that caveat. So, all right, everybody. Let's see, any other questions? 17,000, congratulations. Okay. All right, feel free to share this and share the health. I'll put a link to the Galveston Diet in the comments, and I hope everybody has a fabulous day.